It's always useful to return to the distinction between FI and FE. It's a topic that's been covered by I don't know how many videos, but people are still confused because it's not easy to quite capture what if you like, the difference is in a nutshell. What is the crux of the issue, right? And we always can benefit from new words to attack this issue from a new angle. Renew our vocabularies, redescribe infinitely. That's the whole mission of the INFJ in the modern world, as I explained, by the way, in the Infinite Soul, my latest book on the INFJ, which you can get at the link below. It's a good one. You should get it if you haven't yet. And so the new items of vocabulary that I want to offer to you is the distinction between speaking and describing. Okay? FI, provided that it is not inferior, provided that it is not repressed. So we're talking about FI users. INFPs and ISFPs are sort of number one in this respect, but you'll see ESFPs and ENFPs being really good at it too. Sometimes INTJs and ISTJs as well. But really INFPs and ISFPs are probably the best examples. INFPs even more so because they tend to be chattier about this stuff. They are the queens and kings of speaking their feelings, right? Remember the distinction, there's a distinction between speaking and describing. And there's the distinction between emotion and feeling, right? An emotion is the basic, physio-psychological raw material that happens in you. And everyone has the whole range of these. The basic ones, we're familiar with most of them. Anger, joy, disgust. I'm sure many of you have seen, what's the movie called? Inside Out. So, surprise is another one that I think maybe appears in the Inside Out 2, I'm not sure. We all have these emotions and we all have compounds of these emotions, secondary emotions. But these are just the raw physio-psychological happenings inside ourselves. The feelings are where our emotions meet the particular kind of events we go through in life. Our narrative, our life story, right? Our life story is unique to each of us, and it interacts with emotions which are not unique to each of us, which are universal, to blend into feelings which by definition are unique to each of us while still having a lot in common. The emotion in common, but the life story not in common, okay? So what I want to say now is that INFPs and ISFPs, FI users in general, tend to be quite good at speaking their feelings, okay? Now, INFJs and other people like ENFJs and ESFJs and so forth, who are more in the FE range, are better at describing their feelings. In fact, I would argue, based on my experience, that the type that is the best at describing their feelings is the INFJ. Because sometimes ENFJs and ESFJs can be so interested unconsciously in not showing their emotions, focusing on interactions of external feelings between different people and themselves, so externalizing feeling, that although they are very good in potential at describing their feelings, they almost like lose that skill through lack of practice. It doesn't always happen, but it can happen. And so it happens then that an ENFJ can strike, for example, an INFP as being quite emotionally blunted, because they just ignore that skill they have. And it's not just a skill, it's an essential human need. But more than once have INFP, ENFJ, or ISFP, ENFJ relationships, broken up as a result of this bluntedness. Now, INFJs benefit from NI dominance. It makes them, and high and better TI too, okay? So it makes them really good at observing what's going on inside them and giving a description. What's the difference between speaking feeling and describing feeling? Speaking feeling is just giving a voice to the feeling. Describing feeling is intellectualizing the feeling. In the process of intellectualizing the feeling, you give a very competent, objective description of what's going on, but there's no affect in it, right? The emotion that should be inside the feeling is taken out of the description and repressed. And so INFJs also come across as detached and aloof, unlike INFPs, ISFPs, and so forth. Don't emote in the same way, neutralize facial expression, because even though they are very good at describing what's going on, what they don't do, or rather what they do, is they isolate the affect from the content that they're describing. That's intellectualization. INFPs don't do that. FI users don't do that. They're better at speaking feeling. FE users do that. And that's a further complication for FE users, because speaking the feeling is the way to feel the feeling. Expressing it without intellectualization is how you feel it. If you express it with intellectualization, that is to say, when you describe it, then what happens is that you actually don't feel the feeling. You further the cycle of repression, and you increase the risk of neuroticism. Let me know in the comments what you thought, guys. Give me a like if you enjoyed the video. My other book on the INFJ, which you definitely get, is the Ecstatic Soul. My first book in the Soul series is still to this day the deepest investigation into the INFJ mind. Check it out at the link below and get it if you haven't yet. Don't forget, guys, I need you more than ever in terms of your support to my page. These times are not easy. I could not do this without you. So if you'd like me to continue producing quality content on a daily basis for you, please join my Patreon, the link below. And for a small amount every month or every year, you get access to our Discord server, the Fourfold, as well as bonus videos every 2-3 weeks on a topic of your choice. If you like these perks, see you there. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.